Charlene Hickey, a recent graduate of Florida State University's College of Communication and Information. I specialize in information technology with a minor focus in child development. I hope to become a teacher, and my main goal is to incorporate technology into the classroom, not by taking time away from the core subjects, but by teaching the core subjects in an interactive and engaging way. I'm going to show you how to create a lesson plan using the ActivInspire software for use with the Promethean boards, smart boards, or even just your regular computer. I'm also attaching a supplemental manual in which you can view step-by-step instructions on how to download and create a lesson plan using the ActivInspire software. So let's begin.
So to download the ActivInspire software, we are going to go to prometheanplanet.com. Once this page loads, you'll locate the register link. The register link is located right below the login area, right here. You'll click register, go through a series of questions, 4 steps of them, select your language and your platform, and then click Save File. When the download completes, you'll see this icon on your desktop. It resembles a flame, and that icon is what allows the installation to begin. By double-clicking that, you'll select Next quite a few times until you're able to select Finish. At that point, you'll see this icon appear on your desktop, and that is the actual ActivInspire software. So if you double-click that, ActivInspire will then open, and it'll be your blank slate right here. And this is what is called a new flip chart. In this flip chart, you'll see the page browser controls over here, and this is where you'll have your navigation throughout your slides on your page. Up here is the color selection tools. This is the actual selection tool that I'm using right now. Pen tool, highlighter tool, eraser tool, fill bucket, shapes and lines, and this is your text tool. And these are the basic functions and tools that we'll be using throughout this lesson. You should always begin each lesson with the title page that states what lesson you're going to be doing. I'm doing a lesson called Harvest Stew, which allows students to drag and drop ingredients into a cauldron in order to count what's left. Now, I've copied an image off of photobucket.com, which is a free image hosting website where you can share photos and upload them from others. So here, I'm just going to right-click and select Paste, and here I've pasted a spider web from PhotoBucket. These 8 circles allow you to make it smaller or larger, so I'm going to make it large for my background image. Use this button here to make it translucent if you want your background image translucent. Here I'm going to center it, and then I'm going to type text directly over it, write Harvest Stew, which is the name of the lesson, and then I'm going to write first grade subtraction. And here we can center it and put it right in the center. So this is what I'm going to do for my title page. You can add more clip art, or you can use the shape tools to draw shapes around the edge if you would like it. Now I'm going to insert a new slide by going to Insert, Page, Blank Page After Current. I'll right-click on this page and do Set Background, and I'm going to set it to black. Now I will go to PhotoBucket so I can try to find a clip art image of a cauldron so the students can drag and drop ingredients into that cauldron. So now I'll right-click and select Paste after copying the cauldron from PhotoBucket. I'm going to leave this right down here in the bottom corner. Then we can go to T up here to select text, and I'll type, there are 8 pumpkins total. Harvest Stew recipe calls for 4 pumpkins. How many are left? And you can just put that right here at the top. Now we'll go back to PhotoBucket and try to find clip art images of a pumpkin that we can actually drag into the cauldron. Now I'll right-click and select Paste, and this is the pumpkin that I'm going to use. So to duplicate this to make 8 pumpkins, we'll right-click, select Copy, and then we'll select Paste, and we'll do that same thing enough times until there's 8 pumpkins. Now I've arranged these 8 pumpkins in an easy way so students can see there are clearly 8. If we click on the cauldron, right-click, reorder, and select Bring to Front, this way, when students come up to drag these pumpkins into the cauldron, they'll actually go behind the cauldron so it looks like they're going in. We're also going to create a little text area down here and do a line, a minus sign, another line, an equal sign, and another line. and this will allow them to come up and fill in the equation. So when the students drag 4 pumpkins, since that's what the stew calls for, into the cauldron, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, then they can come and use the pen tool and fill in the equation 8 minus 4 equals 4. And that is how to do a lesson like that. Now you can follow this same format to create a few more slides on this lesson. Just change up the ingredients, use the same cauldron, so the students can drag and drop different ingredients into the cauldron to create a longer lesson. Now I've inserted a new page so I can show you how to create a chart so that the students can graph the ingredients they've used so far. Here we'll use the rectangle shape, and we'll make a big rectangle right here, bigger or smaller depending on how many ingredients you've used. Then we're going to use these line tools right here to fill in lines, and then we'll use the vertical one to fill in the vertical lines. I'm going to fill this in right now. Now that I've created my chart, and I also wrote text up here telling the students to graph the ingredients we have used so far in Harvest Stew, I'm going to go back and use whatever ingredients I've done so far. I've only done pumpkins, but hopefully you've done more slides and included more ingredients. So now I'm going to edit and paste. Here's my pumpkin, and I'm going to paste a few more so that the students have enough to drag over and graph them in the chart. What I'm going to do is put them directly on top of each other right here, and now it sort of looks like a button, and the students can come and say, oh, we've used 4 pumpkins so far. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And this allows them to graph each ingredient they've used, and it'll show so far. And that's how to create a chart using the shapes and line tools. The last thing I'm going to show you is how to use the Magic Box Viewer. I wrote thank you for your math skills up here and drew in a box with the shape tool. For the recipe, this will recall what we've used so far with the ingredients. So we'll make the actual recipe the same color as the background, and this way it kind of disappears, so when the students come up and drag recipe into the box, all of a sudden the recipe and the ingredients magically appears. So it's a good way to end the lesson and excite the students.
And that is how you create a lesson plan using the ActivInspire software. I have also attached a full-length version of this lesson with additional slides for your use. If you would like to contact me for any more tips and tricks on how to use ActivInspire software, please feel free to do so at cmh05g@fsu.edu.